Hi Redbirds, I'm Sydney Metternich, the Outreach Coordinator for the Fell Arboretum, and today we'll be touring the trees of Illinois State University's quad. The Arboretum is named after Jesse Fell, who was co-founder of ISU and lived from 1808 to 1887. Fell was a teacher and lawyer and always had a love for plants. With his help, ISU was founded in 1857, and the same year, Fell hired William Saunders to draft a plan for the university's landscape design. 10 years later, Fell secured a grant which he used to plant over 1,700 trees on campus. We have continued our dedication to the beautification of the university and education of our students. We have over 3,200 trees and 470 species, including several we'll see today that are over 100 years old. In the northeast portion of the quad, also known as the Sassafras Grove, we have a sitting area with plenty of shade cast by this native red oak. This native oak supports local wildlife and is well acclimated to the environmental conditions in Illinois. In the Arboretum's collection, we have about 39% of Illinois species represented, or 72 species in total. The sassafras is another native. In autumn, its leaves will turn a fiery red-orange, and you may notice their leaves have an interesting shape. Their leaves have three forms: ovate or oval-shaped, mitten-shaped, and those with three lobes. Another interesting thing about sassafras is that their young stems are green, and if broken, they give off a citrus smell. The roots were also once used as flavoring for root beer. We also have many non-native trees in the Arboretum, and that's because they serve as a representative example of species for students studying horticulture and botany. For example, this white fir naturally occurs in the mountains of Colorado and extends to Idaho and Nevada. Its needles are silvery blue-green color, and it will grow to around 50 to 130 feet tall. This summer, we will be saying goodbye to our iconic Austrian pine that's been on our campus since the 1900s. This species' native range extends from Western Europe to parts of Turkey, but they were introduced to the US in 1759 and have been favored for their tolerance to pollutants in urban settings and protection from the snow and wind. This impressive tree has seen over 100 years of history on our campus. Before it succumbed to illness, it just couldn't fend off due to its age. Our old pine was one of our collection's approximate 169 trees belonging to the Pinus genus and 69 other Austrian pines in our collection. While we are sad about this tree leaving our Arboretum, we celebrate it for the comfort and shade it's provided over our campus community for many years. Here at Cook Hall, you'll find two cockspur hawthorns that flank either side of the Cook Hall doors. For spring graduates, the tree is full of white blooms, and for fall graduates, the tree produces many red fruits that are bright against a snowy backdrop. Moving on to one of our most infamous historic trees is the ginkgo. This female tree is sometimes lovingly referred to as the stinko because it produces a fleshy seed that contains butyric acid, a compound that gives the seed a putrid smell when crushed. This tree was planted by Franklin Kelsey Phoenix Nursery and is over 100 years old. Over on the south end of the quad, we pass ornamental trees such as the paperbark maple and sweet bay magnolia. The paperbark maple has peeling cinnamon brown bark and soft leaves. It's a tree of small stature, growing to only around 20 to 30 feet tall. They are native to central China, where they're endangered. As of 2018, there are only around 250 left in the wild, which is about how many trees we have on the quad. The sweet bay magnolia is a late-blooming magnolia with small white flowers that smell like lemons and have petals that look like spoons. They are native to the eastern United States, where they are particularly happy in warm wetlands. Because its habitat and range are becoming more and more rare, it's considered endangered in New York and Massachusetts and threatened in Pennsylvania and Tennessee. The southwestern portion of the quad has several oaks. There's a scarlet oak, a northern red oak, a bur oak, and my favorite, the swamp white oak. These trees are incredibly long-lived. Given the correct conditions, some will live until they're over 300 years old. Oaks are drought and fire resistant and can even be found in urban settings. The oaks I am showing you are all heritage oaks and are likely around 100 years old. This swamp white oak I find particularly beautiful because it has an exceptionally wide crown, as if it were reaching out to those walking by. These oaks grow slowly, and for a tree to grow like this, it must be given ample time and lots of space to establish. I think this tree is a testament of the Arboretum's commitment to helping trees reach their full potential and parallels the opportunity ISU gives students to grow to be whoever they want to be. Thanks for joining me through the Fell Arboretum. I hope you enjoyed the virtual tour.